Sunday, June 3rd, 2018. And this is just going to be a little recap on my $3,700 portfolio. I haven't done one in about a week and a half, 2 weeks pretty much, 9 days of trading. I just wanted to get back to doing one on the weekends, so I didn't want to do them on Mondays after one day on the new week, so I just kind of did a hard reset and just waited 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks or so, I'm kind of up, not that much, like $54. The last week, I'm up like $45. There was a couple days here, there was some big dips, as you can see. I think just the general market was down on those days, so. But this last Friday, we had a good day, up $44, 1.2% of the portfolio. The portfolio is kind of split up into two categories. The first 4 stocks here at the top are the ones I'm going to be potentially trading in the near future, and the others are long-term holds. So to start it off, I have Nvidia. I got in at $248.55, up 3.6% on this. I think it's a little overbought right now, so I will be looking to sell it here in the near future. I don't want to take a chance of this being a double top and it just falling back down. Qualcomm, it actually reached a high of about, it doesn't show it here, but it was like 60.10. That was in after hours trading, so 59, mid 59s. I am looking to sell at least a couple shares of these shares off at 59 something in the next week here, at least just to lock in some profits. As you can see, I'm up about 17% on this position, so I just want to lock in some profits while I can, and yeah, give me some room to be a little more bullish on the rest of the shares there. FCAU, okay, I bought like 25 shares of these on Friday since it was down about 7%. They're really down off of no good reason. Most of the news I saw coming out were good news. There was a little bit of doubt, I guess, in them investing 9 billion euros in electric self-driving vehicles, but I find that as a good thing, so I'm not too sure why it's down. I bought in at an average cost of $21.59, so currently down on the position, almost 1%, $4 or so. So I think it will bounce. It is definitely oversold in my opinion here, so I'm looking for a nice swing trade here in the next week. If I can get 2 or 3% back on that, if it gets back up here 2 or 3%, I'll be happy with that. And the last here of the stocks that I'm thinking about trading in the next week is Bank of America. I only have 1 share, so it doesn't really matter. If it gets back up to my average cost, I might just sell it. I don't really care. I'm trying to get in on Wells Fargo. I want Wells Fargo to be my kind of primary banking institution stock, so just kind of let go of the old, in with the new. As for my long-term holds, I got Ford here. I actually added to my position here. My average cost is now $11.34. You know exactly why I am looking to hold this great perspective stock. I think it's got a great PE ratio and awesome dividend yield. So Alibaba, I have bought in 1 share at $198. It's actually on a breakout, looks like, right currently, so I'm just going to hold this. Yeah, just going to see where it goes. I'm wanting to put a little more money in, this is technically retail, but more risky stocks, higher returns at least, but also potential for higher losses. I mean, 1 share, I'm not too worried about it affecting my overall portfolio too much. Kind of the same thought process with Facebook. 1 share, I'm not, I would love to have the nice returns that they provide, but I'm not currently willing to risk a lot of capital. So just 1 share in these sort of stocks kind of fills my needs. MU Technology, this is kind of like, it's kind of risky since it's in the technology sector. It's up, almost 30% in the past month. But I bought it here, 58.25 on the little dip. Not at the lowest of its lows, unfortunately, but I bought it on the little dip here. As it moves back towards its 180-day moving average, I do think it is a great value stock still, trading at 7.1 P ratio. No dividend yield, but it's, you know, making semiconductors just like Nvidia, and Nvidia is trading at like $200, $270. So, you know, the potential upside here is just really nice. So got in with 3 shares, looking to hold this for long term. Microsoft, just a great company. Tech, obviously risky, but only 1 share, so same thought process as Facebook and Baba. Just gonna hold it. It's not gonna affect the portfolio too much. If it does, great. If it doesn't, you know, it's only 1 share. Walmart, nothing's happened here. I'm just gonna hold this long term. They're still down off of their Flipkart news, which I think is gonna be a great thing for their online sales, and you'll be able to see it in the next earnings report, in my opinion. But until then, I'm just gonna hold it, whatever. Johnson & Johnson, down on that position as well, but crazy big conglomerate. I'm not worried of it failing. Good dividend yield, great blue chip. And the last stock here is GE. Got a great dividend yield. I'm not really worried about it going down much further. If it does, you know, it does. I only have $28 of equity tied up there, so. Yeah, so that wraps up my portfolio as of June 3rd, 2018. If you're wondering, I have about $700 in cash in here, looking to buy a few shares in these 3 stocks here: Waste Management, Cat, Pillar, and then ExxonMobil. Probably within the next week, maybe cop 2 to 3 shares of Waste Management, maybe 1 share of Caterpillar, maybe 2 shares of ExxonMobil, something like that. That kind of sums up what I plan on doing the next week, and the status of my portfolio in the next week. Maybe I might add a couple $100 if I can find the capital to do so, free cash to do so. So maybe get this portfolio up to $4,000 in the next week. We'll see. I guess until then, I'll see you guys next time. Trade well. Peace.